What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mo Flow, and this is Sunday Shoutouts, where we shout out a new artist every week, shedding a little bit of light on what they're doing, where they're coming from, where you can find their music, etc., etc. Now, this week is episode 20 of Sunday Shoutouts, and on top of that, this week is actually the season finale of Sunday Shoutouts as well. That's right. I know you guys are going to miss this weekly episode, series, vlog, whatever you want to call it. But unfortunately, due to some life occurrences and other instances, other circumstances, we do have to take a slight break from doing this weekly, get our feet back on the ground level, and, get things going again when they should be going again. So, in the meantime, make sure you're checking out this video, which you already are, if you're here, and all the other 19 videos and 19 artists that we have shouted out and added to our Sunday Shoutouts playlist on Spotify. Make sure you go check all those artists out, because just because the season is ending does not mean the support has to. You know what I mean? Now, without further ado, let's roll right into episode 20 of Sunday Shoutouts. Now, this week on Sunday Shoutouts, we have from Londonderry, New Hampshire, the artist by the name of Animatronic the Abolisher. Now, Animatronic the Abolisher, or ATA for short, says that he has been playing music regularly since about 11 years old. He says he joined his first band 22 years ago, so back around 2000, as a vocalist for a punk band that did primarily covers, and he has been rapping for about 15 years now. He said that his interest in music was definitely fostered by the fact that his dad was also a musician. ATA says that around 10 or 11 years old, his dad put him behind his first drum kit and introduced him to the bands that he loved. In studying his dad's favorite bands and artists and finding his own musical interests, ATA began to realize that music just brought him to life in a unique kind of way. He says with all the varying subcultures, the infinite possibilities of genres and lyrics and song structures, art just felt like where he belonged. ATA continues to say that even though that feeling has evolved and changed in different seasons of his life, it has never truly gone away though. Now, on top of being an artist, ATA is also a part of Trainwreck Entertainment. Now, Animatronic describes Trainwreck Entertainment as a very young company that him, his wife, and a couple of their friends had started a couple years ago. He says the vision behind Trainwreck Entertainment is to create a platform for many different creative outlets, artists supporting artists, building a network, and creating the best products that they can, whether they have a budget or they do not have a budget. As an artist, Animatronic says that one of his favorite achievements was actually back in 2014 when he was invited to play at Soulfest, which is an annual 3-day music festival held at Gunstock Mountain Resort. He says that he's sort of an odd slash eclectic type of artist as far as genre goes, and this festival's atmosphere was incredible for him to experience. After the first year of him performing at Soulfest, he was actually invited back again for a second year in 2015, and he says that time was even more wild for him because he had people who were actually excited to come see him again and knew some of his work from seeing him the year prior. Now, on top of playing Soulfest 2 years in a row, ATA says that one of his other major achievements that he would like to mention is the fact that he is still creating. He says he's hit a lot of roadblocks and dealt with a lot of disappointments through this whole thing, and says that he's honestly proud of himself for not hanging it up yet and still having ideas that he feels compelled to execute and release for people to enjoy as well. Now, as an artist, though, Animatronic the Abolisher said that it was very difficult for him to pick only a few musical influences, but he says that sonically, some of his biggest influences include Slug from Atmosphere, Shad K, Lupe Fiasco, and Eminem. And he says that he often describes his music as alternative hip hop, by which he means rap without rules. He says that no genre is off limits, and while he primarily does rap, he does also consider himself to be a vocalist, in that it's not entirely uncommon to hear various rap styles, a little bit of singing, some yelling, and some screaming all on one project or in his live set. And this is very true. I have seen him live, and you will get a little bit of everything for sure. And it's a nice blend, though. It's not craziness, it's a very nice blend. I highly suggest you checking out Animatronic the Abolisher's music. If I didn't, why would he be here? You know what I mean? I'm too real to just put people on a video like this if I think they're trash. Sorry, not sorry. So, speaking of that, for those who are interested in checking out the latest by my man Animatronic the Abolisher, definitely make sure you hit those links below and you get familiar. Then after you do all that, make sure you're following my man ATA, Animatronic the Abolisher, and be on the lookout for what will be his latest single titled Swans. Now, ATA says that Swans is planned to be out by July 2022, the latest, accompanied alongside a music video shot and edited by Dakota Barron, as well as co-directed by Dakota and ATA himself. Now, Animatronic describes Swans as a feel-good, summer vibe kind of track about pursuing music and art despite his doubts of ever achieving his dreams. Now, in the future, ATA says that after Swans is fully rolled out, he will be releasing a 2-track single, a mixtape of remixes and callbacks to his personal influences, 2 solo EPs, a full collaborative EP with his wife, and 1 more particularly heavier single with one of his favorite producers. He says he's likely to release all of these in the order that I actually just mentioned them to you, and his plan is to have everything that I just listed completed and released by the middle of 2023. That's right. This man is putting in some work. So definitely make sure you go get in tune with what Animatronic the Abolisher has going on, because he has a lot going on. Let's go. Now, Animatronic also mentioned that he is very excited to be writing and directing a music video for a collaboration with a friend of his by the name of Macro. Now, he said that he was given full creative freedom in developing this music video, and he is running with it. He says it's going to be a horror/comedy themed video, and he cannot wait to share it with everybody so that they can see what he has come up with himself. And the last thing that ATA wanted me to mention before I bring this episode to a close is that back in April, he was on what is currently his latest collaborative single, mind you, titled The Real Me. And he asked that you go and check that out in the meantime, as well as all of his previous works while you were waiting for Swans to be released, as well as all the other projects I mentioned. And make sure you are following him on Instagram for all of the updates on his upcoming shows. Now, without further ado, I do need to bring this episode and this season actually to a close. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in this week, and hopefully we'll see y'all next season when we get things kicking again. Thank you so much for your support. If you have missed any of the previous episodes, definitely go check those out. Go check out some of those artists, and make sure you're hitting up that Sunday Shoutouts playlist, because I will be updating that over time as well with all of the artists that have been mentioned. Now, on top of all of that, real quick, if you are an artist yourself and you would like to be a featured guest in next season, please do not hesitate to reach out and we can make this happen. But until then, thank you all so much for your support and for tuning in to Sunday Shoutouts. And until next time, we'll see ya. Peace.